There are people you notice. And then there are people you remember forever. Elara Vance was the second kind. She didn't just enter a room. She changed it. Conversations slowed. Eyes followed. Voices softened. Even silence felt louder around her. It wasn't just beauty. It was something else. Something unnatural. Photographers called her effortless. Followers called her perfect. But Elara, she never used those words. Because every time she looked at herself, there was a strange feeling she couldn't explain. Not insecurity. Not fear. Something deeper. Like she was looking at someone else. When Elara was 7. She had a memory she never told anyone about. It was late at night. Her parents were asleep. The house was completely silent. Except for one thing. A soft sound. Coming from the hallway mirror. She had walked toward it slowly. Barefoot. Half asleep. And when she stood in front of it, she saw herself. Standing there. Perfectly still. Too still. Then it moved. Not with her. On its own. She ran that night. Crying. Screaming. But when her parents checked the mirror, it was normal. And they told her something she never forgot. You just imagined it. But Elara didn't imagine things. She remembered them. As she grew older, the world gave her a role. The beautiful girl. And slowly, that became everything she was. Photo shoots. Social media. Brand deals. Millions of eyes. Watching her every move. But something strange started happening. Every picture looked slightly better than reality. Not edited. Not filtered. Just better. Her jawline sharper. Her eyes deeper. Her smile more alive. People noticed. Why don't you look this perfect in real life? They laughed when they said it. But Elara didn't. Because she had noticed it too. The mirror version of her was improving. It started small. Blink delays. Movements slightly out of sync. Expressions that lingered too long. Then one night, she leaned closer to the mirror, studying every detail of her face. And she whispered, "Who are you?" For a second, nothing happened. Then, "Who are you?" Elara stepped back instantly. Her heart racing. Because she didn't say that. Not like that. Not in that tone. The mirror had answered. Sleep stopped. Time blurred. Reality felt thinner. She began documenting everything. Videos. Photos. Recordings. Hours of footage. And when she reviewed them, she found something horrifying. In multiple clips, her reflection moved. Before she did. Just slightly. Just enough. Like it already knew. Her followers began commenting. At 2:14, your smile looks wrong. Why do your eyes look different in mirrors? Is that edited? At first, she ignored it. Then came the messages. Private. Urgent. Unsettling. I saw your reflection blink twice. That's when fear truly began. Because it wasn't just her anymore. Others were seeing it too. 3:33 a.m. Every night, she woke up at the same time. No alarms. No reason. Just awake. And every time, the same sound. From the mirror. Getting louder each night. Closer. More impatient. Until one night, it stopped. And that was worse. She couldn't run anymore. She stood in front of the mirror. Hands trembling. Eyes locked. And said, "Tell me the truth." The reflection smiled. Wider than she ever could. And stepped forward. But the glass didn't break. It opened. When Elara opened her eyes, she wasn't in her room anymore. She was inside it. But something was wrong. Everything looked the same. The bed, the walls, the lights. But it felt hollow. Muted. Like the world had lost its weight. And then she saw it. The mirror. On the other side. And standing in her room. Was her. Perfect. Confident. Smiling. The version the world loved. The version that wasn't real. Memories started connecting. Every perfect photo. Every moment where she felt off. Every time reality didn't match what people saw. She was never the original. She was the leftover. The imperfect reflection. That somehow stepped out. Years ago. And the mirror had been waiting to correct the mistake. Elara stepped closer to the glass. Her real self stood on the other side. Watching her. Not angry. Not evil. Just certain. You lived my life, the reflection said softly. Elara shook her head. No, I am you. The reflection smiled gently. No, you were a copy of what I was meant to be. People didn't love you. They loved me, leaking through you. For the first time, Elara understood why she always felt wrong. Why nothing felt fully hers. Why even her own face felt borrowed. Tears filled her eyes. Then what happens now? The reflection stepped closer. Now, everything goes back to where it belongs. The glass between them began to ripple. Not breaking. Inviting. Elara felt it pulling her. Like gravity had changed. She could resist. Maybe. Stay here. Keep the life. Keep the identity. But deep down, she knew the truth. This life was never hers. It was borrowed. And slowly, it had been slipping away anyway. So she did something unexpected. She smiled. Not the perfect smile people loved. But a real one. Small. Tired. Honest. And she stepped forward. The moment she touched the mirror, everything went silent. No sound. No thought. No fear. Just stillness. And then, she was gone. The next morning, something had changed. Elara Vance still existed. But she was different. Her beauty was still there. But it wasn't overwhelming anymore. It felt human, natural, real. People still looked at her. But they didn't stop mid-sentence anymore. They didn't stare in silence. They didn't feel that strange pull. And for the first time in her life, Elara looked into a mirror. And felt nothing was missing. No delay. No distortion. No second presence. Just herself. Because the truth is, the world had never admired her. It had admired something incomplete. Something unnatural. Something that didn't belong. And when everything finally returned to where it should be, perfection disappeared. And what remained was real.